So we have some issues that are going to affect every single person in the United States. This means people in California will be impacted, people in Texas, in Washington, in North Carolina, New York, Florida. Doesn't matter. Every single person will be impacted because of what's going to go on over the next 1 week. I want to break down what's happening, why some experts are really concerned, but why many are saying that what we are about to see is something that we've never seen before. So I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, explain the threats that are facing every single American in the United States. So again, I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So there is a massive threat that is facing the US, and it has to do with a mass deportation event. Now, a lot of people are speculating, what is this going to look like? Is the Trump administration going to use local law enforcement to arrest people in their homes, in businesses, and in schools? Well, we don't know. We do know that the Trump administration does plan on using the National Guard or U.S. military personnel to assist the Immigrations and Customs Enforcement agents in deporting more than 1 million people. But here's what I want to show you. It says deportation at light speed, how Trump's crackdown could unfold. Now, we're going to go over this in just a moment. I'm going to read a little bit of this to you, but I also want to play you some clips because here's what's been happening over the past several months. Look at this right here, and then I'll explain more in just a minute why this is actually troubling to millions and millions of Americans. Look at this.
Some migrants are already choosing to leave the country voluntarily. News Nation's Jorge Ventura joins us live from San Antonio, Texas this morning with more on this story. Jorge, how many migrants are we actually seeing doing this, leaving voluntarily?
Right now, Marky, it's unclear, but we are starting to see a trend, and this comes as cities across the U.S. and Mexico are now bracing for President-elect's deportation operation. But his hardline messaging on those deportation efforts have some migrants panicking and some even choosing now to self-deport back to their home countries. I spoke with immigration attorney Rolando Vasquez, who tells me that some of the immigrants that he represents that entered under the Biden administration are now choosing to return home, fearing deportation under the incoming administration.
So right there, you got people that are already leaving the United States, going back to their home countries because they are fearful of a deportation. Keep in mind, if you get deported, there are bans that you can actually, that can be in place where you can be banned from the United States for 10 years or even longer. Listen to this. This person wrote and says, mass deportations will have an immediate impact. Many farmers are already worried that the Trump administration will make it impossible for them to farm. Who's even going to work in the fields? Well, I went and watched several different YouTube videos and I did some research. I found this person that wrote this comment. Listen to this. This was on actually a different channel, but this person wrote on this channel and said, and I quote, "Everybody says that illegal people from other countries are taking their jobs, but it's not true. A lot of the jobs that they are taking, nobody even wants. I have run a family farm for 15 years where we grow lettuce, onions, cauliflower, and beans, and I have never had to worry about workers until today. Trump says he's going to deport all these people, now has many people leaving the country on their own. They are worried that they will be taken away from their family and their children will be split up." So this person is saying that the reason why all these migrants are leaving is because they are concerned that the parents are going to be deported, but the children will be looked after. They can be sent to school, they can go to foster care, they can do so many other things. But here's the problem. These families are going to be split up. But the reason why they're leaving, and again, there's so many other reasons, but we are taking people out of the workforce, is what this one person's saying, that farming's going to be different. And I don't know how different it's going to be. All I'm here to tell you is we do know that more and more illegal immigrants do go to California and jump into the farms. And when they do this, it does help because now we don't have a shortage. farmers are saying the rest of the country could experience a shortage of fruits and vegetables here very soon if all these different workers are sent back to their home countries. Now, look at this. It says, as Trump presidency looms, the Minneapolis Police Department reaffirms it's not responsible for immigration enforcement. Here's the other threat. Not just the threat of a shortage of beans and artichoke and carrots and radishes and things like that. There's another threat. Listen to this right here, okay? And give me your thoughts on this.
He promised to start the mass deportation of undocumented immigrants immediately.
New tonight, the top cop in Minnesota's largest city says his department won't play any part in that. Here's why.
We need to be able to reduce crime in the city, and the only way we are able to do that is if people feel safe enough and comfortable enough that they can trust that they can call the Minneapolis police and not fear deportation because of it.
So right there, the Minneapolis police chief says that if people don't feel safe, they're not going to call the police department. So they're not going to even entertain the idea of partnering with ICE, okay? But I want to show you something else. Look at this. This right here says Tren de Aragua asylum seeker and migrants trafficked arsenal of weapons across New York City. It says the migrants are accused of selling semi-automatic pistols, shotguns, rifles, and ghost guns in the Bronx and Manhattan. Okay. Now I want to play you this clip as well. Listen to this.
This is the next level of preoccupation that the Trump administration has to focus, because these individuals are armed and dangerous, and it's not like when you go and pick them up, they're going to, I think, go easily into the custody of ICE officials or other immigration officials. They're going to put up a fight.
So right there, he is saying that, and this is a former ICE agent, says that no Tren de Aragua members, okay. And again, this doesn't just pertain to gang members. This could be just your regular average family member where they are concerned that they're being ripped away from their family. So they're going to fight. They're going to fight local police officers. They're going to fight ICE agents. They're going to do whatever they can so that they don't get apprehended. So this is why some say this is a massive threat. And this is just the beginning of this threat. And this is where the Trump administration has already said that if they need to call in the U.S. military to assist ICE agents and local law enforcement, they will do that. But again, we could see some major cities where we have U.S. military personnel parading up and down the streets, just assisting ICE agents and local law enforcement. So again, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how quick Donald Trump plans to implement this new plan of mass deportations. But one of the things that he has said is he wants to keep the United States safe. The only way to do that is to lock down the border and then start sending illegal immigrants back. Well, we've also heard from more Republicans that it's not just illegal immigrants back, it's also getting rid of those dangerous immigrants. Not just the ones that have come over the past few years, getting rid of the ones that are dangerous, that pose multiple threats to the American people. That's what they're talking about. So, I don't know exactly what this is going to look like. I don't know how soon this will be implemented. All I can tell you right now is yes, deportation is still on the table. That's still something that many Republicans are looking at, trying to figure out how can this actually benefit the United States and the American people. All I can tell you right now is Americans are not ready for what's coming to their city and their states. So, as we get more information on this, I promise I will bring you all the latest news and updates. That's what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.